rising from a teapot really visible? You'll find out when one of these three contestants wins the chance to drive home in this brand new Pontiac Fiero GT in just a split second. And now, here's the star of our show, Monty Hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I appreciate that. And welcome to our show. It's a lot of fun, split second. But before we get into the game, let me answer the question you saw at the beginning. Steam itself is not visible. What we see are tiny beads of water that condense out of the steam. Oh. Well, if you don't like it, don't get steamed up about it. Just become invisible. That's all you have to do. This is Split Second. Our contestants play for money and a chance to win a car. And the cars have been going like hotcakes, haven't they? Now if they can only get them to drive like cars, it'll be a lot better. Let's meet our contestants, three brand new ones.
Well, Monty, first, a lady who won a dinner of 4 steaks by wearing a daring bikini for a contest. Susan Lewis. Next, a retired insurance broker who has put his heart literally into his leisure hours. Here's Carl Galuzzo. And on your right, artist, photographer, calligrapher, student, and newlywed, Leasa Walters.
Well, looks like we have three very interesting contestants. I'll talk to the first two, and then we'll meet Leasa before we go to the second round. I'm very intrigued by that opening, Susan, that you wore a bikini and won 4 steaks.
That's right, in the middle of winter.
I got to hear the story. In the middle of winter, you went down somewhere in a bikini?
Yes, there was a radio show, and the announcer said the first woman who shows up at the radio studio wearing a bikini. And this was in December. I put on my fur coat, ran down in my bikini, went like this, and I get the steaks.
He looked at you so you can have the farm.
Imagine what I'm going to do for the car.
Yeah.
You're not a pleasure anyway.
Stick around, folks. This show may be better than you think. I can hardly wait. Carl, there's nothing left for you not to talk about.
That's not bad, eh?
I mean, after the story of the bikini and what couldn't happen, what do you and I want to discuss? She's apparently going to her body into it, and you're going to put your heart into it from the beginning. Well, what do you mean by putting your heart into your work?
Well, I'll tell you. About 11 years ago, I became totally disabled through Metropolitan Life Insurance Company. And at that time, a good friend of mine, Dr. Bessaghini, introduced a program in the city of Buffalo to rebuild your heart through exercise. And thank God it's working, and here we are.
Well, that's great. Great. You'll keep going for another 50 anyhow, right? That's terrific. Well, he puts his heart in his work, she puts her body into her work, and Leasa, you photograph it all, right?
I guess so.
I'll find out something about Leasa when we come back to play our second round. Anyway, before we start the show, let me once again, for the people for the first time seeing this, how we play. Split second, all questions come in 3 parts, 3 answers to each question. Now, I only want 1 answer from each of you in this first round. Now, if all 3 of you come up with an answer, it's worth $10 to you. If 2 of you come up with an answer, it's worth $25 each. And if only 1 of you comes up with an answer per question, it's worth $50. You buzz in to see who goes first. You don't buzz in too quickly, and not until you see all the questions come up on the screen. If you buzz in too quickly, you could block yourself out. And we have a little cut-off device, right? So you have to wait until the question is up. Now, if you're ready, you poise your fingers, and here we go with round number 1. Through the years, television sitcoms have given us some really odd characters, from outer space aliens to witches. I'll name 3 of the most famous of those offbeat TV characters. You pick one, name the star who played the role. Look at the screen. The one from outer space, the flying nun, and the genie. Leasa.
The genie in I Dream of Jeannie was Barbara Eden.
That's right. Susan.
Work from Outer Space was Robin Williams.
That's right. Carl. Who was the flying nun?
I can't remember her name.
She became a great actress in motion pictures. I think she's won 2 Academy Awards so far. Her name is Sally Field. Very well known, but she started off as the flying nun. Now, that means that the girls each have scored, and since 2 of you scored, $25 apiece. Here are the brand names of 3 well-known foreign tires sold in most countries of the world. Take your pick, name its country of origin. Look at the screen. Carl?
Michelin tire?
Comes
France.
from France, correct. Susan?
Pirelli, Italian.
That's right. Leasa?
Bridgestone, England.
No, you'd be surprised to hear that it comes from Japan. The owner's name in Japanese means Bridgestone. Is that interesting? And that's the correct answer, and Carl and Susan get money, and Leasa's still thinking about how Bridgestone is Japanese. The Ford Motor Company was founded by Henry Ford, of course, but what famous men are credited with these major corporations? Look at the screen. U.S. Steel, Standard Oil, and the guy who created the 5 and 10, Susan.
5 and 10 is Woolworth.
That's right, Frank Woolworth. That's a good guess, Lisa.
Standard Oil is John Paul Getty.
No, that's not right, although he's quite an oil baron. Carl?
Ford.
No, Standard Oil was John D. Rockefeller. And U.S. Steel was Andrew Carnegie. Carnegie Steel, remember all those stories you heard about him? All right, so only one person scores in that round, and Susan, she picks up a full $50 and takes a nice lead. Heads of states such as Margaret Thatcher of England and Brian Mulroney of Canada are in the headlines every day, so I want you to pick one of the heads of these states. Name the country he heads. Take a look at the screen. Here are the names, tell me the state. And Lisa goes first. We have Papandreou, we have Hawk, and we have Cole.
Papandreou is Greece.
That's correct. Good shot. Carl.
England, for Prime Minister Robert Hawke.
No, Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher in England. You've forgotten that, haven't you, Susan?
Helmut Kohl for Germany.
Yes, right. Which Germany? East or West?
West.
Good, good guess. Prime Minister Robert Hawke is Australia, so the two girls get $25 apiece. 7. The number 7 must be a lucky number in Hollywood because you'll find 7 in a whole load of movies. Here are 3 such movies with part of the title missing. Pick one and fill in the title. Here they are. We have Marilyn Monroe in the 7 Years, 7 Brides for 7, Burt Lancaster in 7 Days. Susan.
7 Brides for 7 Brothers.
That's right. That's a great picture. Lisa.
Marilyn Monroe in the 7-Year Itch.
That scratch as well. And Carl?
7 Days for 7 Nights.
No, Burt Lancaster was 7 Days in May was the name. He played a general, a very evil general, if I remember correctly. However, you don't score, and again, the girls get $25 each, and they're leading you behind, Carl. But maybe you'll come back out with the category of sports. Never know. Sports is the category. Most sports require special footwear. I'll give you the names of 3 superstar athletes. You tell me what, if anything, each wears on his feet. Look at the screen. Willie Shoemaker, Greg Louganis, and Nolan Ryan. Susan.
Greg Louganis, nothing.
That's right, because he's the champion, world champion diver. Correct. Carl?
Nolan Ryan, sneakers.
Sneakers? No, be more specific. What sport?
Okay, basketball.
That basketball is not right. No, baseball. Nolan Ryan is a great pitcher with the Houston Astros, and he doesn't wear sneakers. He wears baseball shoes. Can't score you right there. Lisa, I tried to help you too. Lisa?
Willie Shoemaker cleats.
No, he wears boots. Willie Shoemaker, one of the greatest jockeys of all time. And what do you know? Susan picks up another $50, and look at the lead she's got. Carly Simon and Paul Simon have both managed to write some of the top songs in the music business. I'll give you the titles of 3 hit songs. Pick one and tell me who sang and wrote it, Carly or Paul. Here they are. There are the songs. Nobody Does It Better, Mockingbird, and Love Me Like a Rock. Carl?
Mockingbird, Paul.
Mockingbird, Carly. Sorry. Susan?
Nobody Does It Better, Carly.
That's right. Lisa?
Love Me Like a Rock, Paul.
Now you've got the right Simons, and Carl doesn't have it. That makes you simple Simon, but it's wrong, doesn't it? All right. But Susan and Lisa all scoring in that round. We'll take a look at the end of the first round. Carl, I hate to say this, but Susan has $225, Lisa $100, and you have $25. So put your heart into it. When we come back in the next round, we'll double the stakes and see if Carl can make a comeback right after this.